Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back indeed. The stock market is looking a bit iffy. Look at that. The Russell went down about half a percentage point, came back up about 0.10% right away. And we've got the NASDAQ still down 0.3%. Will this stock market correction continue? Was this all for nothing? Was yesterday just a bull trap? Well, we're going to figure that out today. Welcome back to the stream. Good morning. Hope you all had an awesome Wednesday yesterday. Today is the 16th of September, and we're getting closer and closer to that Federal Reserve meeting at the end of this month. And I've got my coffee with me. I'm ready for today. I hope you guys are ready as well. Smash that like button. Let's see who we got here. J-Max, Clean, Tanisha, Strongman, Natalia, Tank Oil, Keg, Greg, Phil, Yopadi, William, Chris, Jin Lee, X, Saint, Punk Skater, Janlong. Welcome back and good morning. Alrighty. So I just checked the pre-market numbers here for the Chinese stocks. And don't even get me started on that. Chinese stocks are still falling. Looks like they're just going to keep falling until the end of the year at this point. I mean, honestly, the Hang Seng Index is falling like a rock right now, down 1.5%. Looking at the China A50, which is also down 0.6%. I personally think this is going to recover over time. I don't think we're going to see these indices just bleed out until eternity. However, we're going to have to go through some bad times first, and that's exactly what's happening right now. All right, let me know in the chat, by the way. Let me know in the chat which stocks you'd like me to cover. Let me know in the chat. Type it down below, and we'll be taking a look at your stocks in about a second. And meanwhile, I'm going to be sharing the link to the stream so everybody knows we're live. Hold up. There we go. Live right now. Fantastic. All right, what's happening to Tesla right now? Let's take a look at that. Tesla's down half a percentage point in the pre-market. That is interesting. I think it has to do with the fact that the markets are correcting slightly. We had the S&P actually head downwards. If we could take a look at that right here. Yeah, so the S&P is slightly down, but keep in mind, just a couple moments ago, it was down half a percentage point. And that obviously means that some stocks go down slightly, and I think Tesla is affected by that. I don't think Tesla's looking really bearish at this moment. I think Tesla's actually quite bullish. But yeah, if the markets go down, Tesla will follow. And looking at the VIX, you know, the volatility index is indicating that, I mean, we still have a rough road ahead of us. I don't think it looks like this is over yet. I think that looking at the VIX, the lower highs that we get right here could mean that we're at the end of this correction. And what a correction. I mean, it's not even that much of a correction. Look at this. So far, from top to bottom, about 2.5% on the S&P, and on the NASDAQ, I think it was less than 2%. Oh, okay, so 2.5% on both the S&P and the NASDAQ, but taking a look at the Dow Jones, roughly 3.3%, and obviously in the Russell, I mean, almost 5%. But you know, the small caps generally tend to move a bit faster than you know, the value stocks, the mid-sized stocks, the tech stocks that are sitting there with their big, massive market caps. That is to the downside, but it's also to the upside, right? So when we see a rally in the Russell, it tends to be incredibly fast, and we see the Russell go up like 5 to 10%. All right, so I said, let me know which stocks you'd like me to cover. I'm seeing Nano Dimension, C3.ai, Pinterest, Cassava Sciences, Nano Dimension, BKSY, Visa, Fuel Cell, ChargePoint, Skills, EXPI, Netlist. Yeah, we haven't taken a look at Netlist recently, so we're going to have to take a look at all of these stocks momentarily. Let's see what we can do right now. I wonder what EXPI is all about. I don't think I've covered this recently. Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna hold it up. 6.5 billion market cap. Earnings are going up substantially, literally doubling year over year. And look at that Q2. That is beautiful. What this? Is this a retail seller or something? Operates a cloud-based real estate brokerage firm. Oh wow. EXPI. That is doing really good. I mean, look at this Q2 earnings. The 1 billion of revenue. If you take a look at the revenue in 2020, that's like they got more than half of the 2020 revenue in 1 quarter, and they've got substantial profits too. I like this stock, but it's more about like where is it going, right? And it's already down a lot from the all-time high. It kind of halved, but I think we're probably heading up. I really do think so. Might bottom out around 40, and then possibly rally upwards for earnings. I think we're going to get back to maybe $60-ish. That seems to be feasible at this point. But I'm bullish on the XPI. I like where it's heading. But it's dependent on what's happening on the real estate market. So if the real estate market is going to cool off significantly because, you know, there's the evictions happening, then that's going to impact EXPI. But it could also be priced in. I think for the most part it's already priced in, given the fact that the stock is sitting at 45, all-time highs at around 90. So I think we've seen a lot of negativity priced into this stock already. All right, we have 25 minutes left until the market opens up. Would appreciate it if you would hit the like and let me know in the chat which stocks you'd like me to cover. I'm going to be covering your stocks right here, right now. I think we saw another one, which was, double check that one. ASML, BKSY, VLDR. Let me check VLDR. Let's see if we covered that one. Oh, Velodyne LiDAR. Okay, that is interesting. So it's been going down for some time. 1.2 billion market cap. Revenues are terrible. They're burning a lot of money. Yeah, it's been decreasing, right? So their revenue numbers are actually not even increasing; it's decreasing, and they're losing more money than ever. I don't think a whole lot is going to happen to the stock, unless they, you know, reverse course. Check the Tooth Chef. Somebody said the Tooth Chef. I remember being bearish on it short term. We said the Tooth Chef was going to come back down. That was around 22. We said it was going to go back to $20, and it went to $20. It's even below that at this point. I think the Tooth Chef is looking sweet right now. I can't argue. Maybe we consolidate right here, but it does look like it's holding up the support zone. And although the daily chart, you know, it just recently crossed on the MACD, I think we're going to see some consolidation here for the Tooth Chef right in this zone. Which, you know, we've seen this in the past, right? So you can see that right here. It consolidates, you know, for a couple weeks, and then maybe we get like a bullish catalyst or something happening with the company, and that could pull the stock price higher. But I doubt that it's going to go below this zone right here, which is around, you know, roughly $19. I think it's going to hold up. That's if the markets don't correct severely, because that's also an option here for that to happen. Okay, so yeah. I think short term we could possibly head back up. Maybe retest $20. But in general, I would say it's more likely that's going to be consolidating, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So just going sideways. And what's happening to the indices? Russell is up 0.25%, and we have the Nasdaq up down 0.4%. That's interesting. Russell up, Nasdaq down. What's happening with tech? Apple's down 0.3%. Microsoft down 0.2%. I mean, Microsoft had a big move to the upside, so no wonder that it's going down here. You can see right here the MACD's crossing, RSI sitting quite high. I think it would be quite logical for us to see Microsoft go back down to around $300 at this point. So I'm just going to say short term, maybe back to like $300. And what was going on with Facebook? It's still bearish, down 0.3%. Google is sitting quite high and down slightly. Amazon down 0.5%. Netflix down 0.3%. So big tech is not doing so well at the moment. While we have the Russell heading up, I wonder what's happening with the S&P if big tech is not doing so well. Yeah, so it's also having a big impact on the S&P. S&P down 0.2%. And looking at the Dow Jones, I think the Dow Jones could be doing all right. Yeah, so the Dow Jones is doing far better than the Nasdaq and the S&P, mainly because it doesn't have big tech, taking it down. Let's see what's happening with DIDI. DIDI is down 1%. Alibaba down 2%. Tencent is down 1.1%. BYD is down 4%. Baidu down 1%. Let's check JD. JD.com down 1.5%. So Chinese stocks going down again. UiPath is also down 0.4%. Uber, I think Uber is an awesome buying opportunity right now, but it's sitting at 38.3, down 0.4%. Netlist is up 10% in the pre-market, apparently. Oh my god. Is that really the case? Oh, yeah, so Netlist is up 10% in the pre-market. That is amazing. Wow. I didn't even know that. I was like, what? It's up 10%? So yeah, Netlist up 10%, sitting at 5.3 in the pre-market. Let's see if it's gonna be holding up that price range. Robinhood is still bouncing up, down 0.6% though, but looking a bit better than what we've seen recently. And Helion is slightly up. Virgin Galactic slightly down. Yeah, the markets aren't looking that good, at least not on this watch list. Tesla's down 0.5%. NIO down 1.1%. Li Auto slightly up. XPeng down 1.3%. Lucid Group is up 3.4 percentage points. Impressive. So it's starting to recover. Palantir slightly green after the massive spike that we had yesterday, sitting at 27.12. We have C3.ai, not really doing much at this moment. Alright, I said let me know which stocks you'd like me to take a look at. We got Fuel Cell, Black Sky, Palantir, Lemonade, Penn. I haven't checked Penn in a long time. Let me just briefly check what's happening with Penn National Gaming. There we go. All right. Okay, so last time that we covered Penn, that was on the 21st of June, we said the stock was going to be jumping back to the $80. It went to $80, and we covered it again, and then we said it was going to most likely pull back all the way down, back to the 65 zone, right? It went down all the way to 63, so we were right about that. That is good. What is happening right now? 4 hours seems like it's sort of bottoming out soon, I would say. It's down slightly in the pre-market, 12 billion market cap, recent revenues of 1.5 billion, net income of 200 million. Hold up. Q1, 1.2 billion, 90 million net income. Lost money in 2020. It's not losing money anymore. It wasn't Penn actually. I think Penn was included into the S&P, right? If I'm not wrong about this. Let me take a look at that. By the way, smash that like button right now. It really helps with the channel. It helps with getting everybody back to the stream. So hit that like button. If we hit 100 likes, we'll do another Q&A. So make sure you hit that like button right now. Penn National Gaming S&P. I remember that being the case, right? Yeah, so Penn National Gaming joins the S&P. That was in March. That was in March. Okay, so in essence, their growth rate is going up recently. 1.5, 2.7, 2.8 billion. They're getting back to their revenues pre-COVID. And what's happening with the stock? Well, one could argue that this stock has already gone up significantly right after COVID, so it's difficult to say what's next. And the MACD is kind of heading down on the daily charts, and on the weekly it's looking alright. Almost had to sneeze there. This is like a very weak trend line, but maybe it could help out. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to see this consolidate at first, and then we jump upwards back to, $85. I mean, this stock, this company, they've got better and better earnings. They're getting out of that dip that they had in COVID. Yeah, I think that consolidation period might actually last a little bit longer. But initially, I do think we're heading back up. It's just not going to be a higher high or anything like that. I think we're probably heading back up to maybe that $80 zone, and then kind of trade within a range at first, and then eventually head back to that maybe $85 to $90 zone for earnings. That seems to be likely at this point. All right. Let's see what's happening here with the indices. Russell looking kind of weak. NASDAQ looking kind of weak as well. I'm saying that because the Russell's gone down quite significantly. For it to just be up 0.16%, it kind of shows that nobody's willing to buy the dip right now. And that's what we're seeing. Remember yesterday I said that it was highly likely that the stock market was going to be green because we had several red days, and the probability of us seeing another red day was decreasing by a lot. So we saw another green day, and I also said that once it goes up, we'll hit a resistance area, and then we pull back again. Look at this. We hit the resistance area, and if we reject today, if the stock market doesn't shoot up, then I think that the correction is actually continuing, and this is just going to be a dead cat bounce. It's a bull trap, and people are going to get wiped out. So we've got to be cautious right here. This is why I always say that it's nice to have some cash on the sidelines, because right now we're getting massive discounts in some of these stocks, and I think we're going to continue to get discounts if this obviously continues. If you have like 40 or 30% of your portfolio in cash, well, guess what? Suddenly you have the power, you have the ability to buy these stocks at massive discounts. UiPath is a good example, man. Like, look at this. Was sitting at around 65, now sitting at 53. Even Netlist, I mean, it's going up to 5.3, but it was sitting at 6.5 previously. So we're seeing significant discounts. Robinhood sitting at around 41.5, was sitting at like 47 previously. Virgin Galactic sitting at 23.9. Helion is now sitting at 8.4. And so having capital on the sidelines when the markets are correcting is fantastic, especially given the fact that the markets are looking like they're kind of, frothy, a bit overvalued because of all that money printing that we've been seeing. The VIX is up about 3%. Look at that. G&J, please. G&J. Is that Johnson & Johnson? Let me set the brightness a bit higher. There we go. Oh, wow. What the hell's happening with Johnson & Johnson? I think their vaccine wasn't as reliable. Something like that. Well, Johnson & Johnson has like a 433 billion market cap. That is insane. Yeah, it's just been stock has been going up. But yeah, look at this. Oversold on the daily chart. That's interesting. That's looking pretty good. But then you look at the weekly chart and it's like, yo, we're just getting started with this downturn. Let's check their revenues, right? Right, so their revenues are indicating that while the revenue numbers didn't go up that much, their profit margin has significantly expanded because of the obviously because of the vaccines that they had to produce. It's a difficult one. I would say if the COVID situation worsens, like if we have to get booster shots and everything, then this stock will just keep on moving up. If that is not the case, it will go down. It will just be trending down for months, maybe even years. You have to understand that Johnson & Johnson is benefiting in like incredible amounts from the COVID situation that we have going on. Yeah, I would argue that short term it might actually bounce, given the fact that it's oversold. It's quite oversold on the daily chart, but it's in between. It's in between the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, which is kind of awkward because generally speaking, what happens is it bounces off the 100-day moving average. You can see that right here, bounced off. Well, even right here got very close. And now it seems like that is not happening. I would maybe see... Let me see what's happening with the 4 hours. I would say it could be possible that we get back to the 200-day moving average around 160 before we see the bounce actually happen. So something like this, and then we shoot back up, probably back to around 170. So I'll be waiting for that 200-day moving average to be touched, and that's where I would arguably say that it's an alright buying opportunity. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion on the charts. And I think Johnson & Johnson could bounce back, especially if this whole COVID situation does continue to be a thing. All right, 8 minutes left until the market opens up. I'm going to be starting a poll right now. What is your opinion on Chinese stocks? Yeah, let me know in the chat what your opinion is on the Chinese stocks. I'm actually quite interested to know because, well, with the Chinese stocks going down every single day, it's getting quite interesting. One sec. Let's see, what options do I want to give? I'll just say something like, okay, we have 4 options. Okay, let's say the first option would be Chinese stocks will continue to crash. And the second option will be Chinese stocks will bounce and rally again. The third option will be Chinese stocks, Chinese ADRs will get delisted. And fourth option would be Chinese stocks go sideways. Cool. The poll is now in the live chat. check it out. 1 second, I'm gonna have to grab my phone. We got a €5 donation from Laura Gayhart. Laura says, check Sava and DIDI. We'll take a look at both of those in a second. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got a couple minutes left until the markets actually open up. Very, very exciting. Let's see what people are saying about Chinese stocks. And we'll also be taking a look at Sava. Yeah, because Sava Sciences are actually looking quite interesting at the current price point. Let's see. It's the bottom of China, double bottom. Chinese stocks going down. I think I'll buy Baba. Give them some time. People need to gain trust first. Chinese stocks go down. Let's see. They will bounce around October. Is the correction over? Sponsor China to. Okay, so we have the poll going right now. The question was, what is your opinion on Chinese stocks? There were a couple options. 37% of people saying that Chinese stocks will be bouncing. 26% of people saying that Chinese stocks are going to crash. 31% says Chinese stocks just go sideways. And 7% says Chinese ADRs will get delisted. So not a lot of people thinking they're going to get delisted. The majority thinks that Chinese stocks are going to bounce. And there's also quite a bit of people thinking it's going to go sideways and even crashing. So we'll see. I personally think that for the time being, they're going to go sideways, but eventually we're going to see a bit of a bounce come up for the Chinese stocks. I think we're going to get there eventually. Hold up. There we go. All right, 4 minutes left until the market opens up. Smash that like button. And once again, let me know which stocks you'd like me to cover, and we'll cover them in a moment. We were going to be covering Cassava Sciences, which I think is probably still heading down at this point. But I would argue that once it hits around 36, that's where it would bottom out quite nicely. We already hit 38.5 though. So yeah, that is not the support area. It's around 36. That's the zone where we see huge strength. Yeah, I'm not going to change my mind on this, actually. I think we're still heading back down to 36, and then we bounce. So that's my opinion on that. And, you know, we get back to around 50 short term. I would say by the end of the month if that happens. And let's see what's going on right here. Yeah, we wanted to take a look at DIDI as well. Okay, look at that. DIDI falling knife down 1.5% in the pre-market right now as we speak. What's happening to Baba? Baba now down 2.1%. Oh my god, it's just bleeding so fast. It just doesn't stop, right? Let's get back to DIDI. I think DIDI right now looks like it's going to go lower. We have a gap to be filling around 7.7. I think we're heading straight to that gap fill. Once we have filled the gap, look, it could potentially bottom out right here. I mean, this is a support zone as well. I just don't think it's going to hold up. I think it's going to breach that support zone. We're going to get back to around 7.7 very briefly, and then we bounce. That's my opinion on DIDI. Obviously, daily chart right now is kind of looking bearish. Looks like the MACD is going to cross. But overall, I would say not looking that bad. Not, you know, after this, what is it? 20% correction after the massive correction that we already got. The problem with DIDI right now is that we still have not gotten their earnings yet, and that is kind of problematic. It's not helping out. You know how a company has to report their earnings? Well, DIDI hasn't reported their earnings yet. In fact, they haven't even announced it. 1 minute until the market opens. Let me know in the chat which stocks you'd like me to cover. Smash that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel. I forget to say that very often. But make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell as well. It looks like DIDI is just going to fall back down. Hit around 7.7 and then bounce back. At least that's what I'm seeing right here. Depending on whether they're going to be announcing the earnings results sooner than later, I think the stock, it will be very much dependent on that. All right, the market has opened up. Let's see what's happening to your boy Tesla. Let's get back to the 1 minute. Opening bell. Let's go. Put that 1 minute right there. Delete everything. 752.8 on Tesla. And it's starting to rise slightly. 755. Oh, wow. It's going fast. 755.1. It's about to be positive. Look at that. Lucid Group up 5.6%. Like I said, it was going to be bullish until we reach about 22, 23. I don't think it's going to exceed that level, though. We have C3.ai up 0.8% as well. That is beautiful. Palantir up 0.8%. Look at that. It's about to hit 27.5. That is amazing. Going up very, very fast here. 27.4. A good friend of mine is holding a bunch of Palantir, and I bet he's really happy right now. He's got his average around 27. He was stuck in Palantir for the longest time. Like, he was stuck in there we go, 27.6. Let's go. Palantir is my largest position in my portfolio. I've got tens of thousands of euros in Palantir, so I'm happy to see this. Palantir up 1.8% above the resistance. Now we need to breach it. We need to keep seeing this momentum go up, and then we can get to that $30 mark for Palantir stock. It's up 2% right now. Beautiful. One sec. I'm going to make a little clip for a friend of mine. So it looks like Palantir is breaching above 27.5. This could potentially mean that Palantir stock is heading to 30. It's skyrocketing to the moon at this moment. He's going to love that. Oh boy, I forgot the bell again. Oops. Hold up. Let me give me 1 second before I forget the other time. I'm gonna put a timer on the bell. Hold up. This is gonna take about a second. Wait, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing right now. Hopefully, I can show you. Just so we can get on the same page. Can I show you what I'm doing? I think I can. Do I have any information here that is... No, okay, cool. One sec. Oh wait, I can't show you my OBS. Oh, that sucks. Palantir sitting at 27.8. It is still shooting upwards. There we go. It is not going to be looping anymore. That bell is going to be turned off. When I hit it, it's going to be turning itself off. Palantir shooting, sitting at 27.77, up 2.5%. I've been bullish on this stock for months, and look at this. It's just incredible to see this. C3.ai up 1.1%-ish. Tesla's down 0.3%, NIO down 2%, Li Auto down 2.8%, XPeng down 2.6%. The Chinese stocks are selling off big time. Hold up, what's happening? Oh, that is gorgeous. My trading app has one of my trading apps that I use just got an updated UI. Exciting times indeed. AI up 1.2%. Palantir is still sitting at 27.7. Let's hold up. What the hell am I doing? Why is my mouse doing so weird? There we go. UiPath up 0.5 percentage points. Very mild move to the upside. Netlist, look at that. Netlist hit 5.3. It dumped instantly. And it's now sitting at 4.8 again. That's just crazy. No freaking way. Did that just really happen? No way did that happen. Yeah, okay, it's sitting roughly around $5 at the moment. It's kind of up, I had to update. Netlist, sorry, DIDI is actually moving back up. Alibaba is still selling off like crazy. Palantir is about to hit $28. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. It just keeps moving. And it's not just Palantir, it's also C3. C3 is moving up 1.5%. And look at that, Tesla's going negative. I think XPeng is looking interesting right now. I think it's looking very interesting. It's been selling off for a while now. XPeng is looking quite a bit cheaper. And I still like NIO stock. I like XPeng, Li Auto. These Chinese EV stocks have been coming down a bit because of the Chinese stock market going down. And Lucid Group has been skyrocketing. Look at that. After the massive downturn that we had with the lockup period expiration, it is skyrocketing. It's hitting resistance, so it could mean that we cool off a little bit. Honestly, I still think we can get back to 23. I think that is quite feasible at this point. Very, very nice. Palantir is about to breach 28. Remember what I said previously. If Palantir goes above 27.5, we're going to $30. There's no arguments that you can make here against that. We've seen the resistance. Look at this. Just for the past couple months, when it did not breach 27.5, it came back down very fast. This could definitely mean, because we breached that 27.5 resistance, and with, obviously the great fundamentals that this company has, the technicals are still looking fine, we could be seeing even higher levels. We could see Palantir go to 30, and maybe even 31, and fill the gap that we have seen in this zone. I think we can view this gap on the daily chart, which is right here, up to about 31.3. Oh boy, this is great. This is really great. AMC down 0.6%. Gara, is it still cheap to buy more Palantir before we hit 30? I don't think it's cheap anymore. Look, I've been covering Palantir for the past year. You know where Palantir was cheap? Palantir was cheap right here. It was cheap right here. Right here. Is it cheap right there? I think if you're buying Palantir right now, you should mentally prepare yourself for a downturn to 25. It could happen. If the market's correct further, it's going to go back to 25. Is it going to hit 30 in the meantime? I think probably. So it's risky, but I think it's going to hit 30. It's not financial advice, by the way, once again. This is just my opinion. And UiPath going down again. Oh my gosh. It's just, what is happening with this stock? It's getting pummeled. Yet the financial guidance is going up, and they're earning more revenue. They're growing faster, but the stock just keeps falling down. Beautiful. Yeah, Lucid is running like crazy. Look at that. Damn. 6.6% to the upside. Tesla's now down 0.5 percentage point. And Li Auto down 2.7%. XPeng down 2.3%. Man, the Chinese stocks are getting beaten down. What's happening to the overall market? S&P is now heading down. Interesting. The Russell's about to go down. The Nasdaq is already negative. And the Dow Jones is doing pretty good. And you see these value stocks. Verizon up. Coca-Cola slightly up. It's especially the big banks that are going up. Mainly because the 10-year is spiking, right? So the 10-year yield is now up 3.3%, which is helping out with the big banks right here. I think that's the main reason why the Dow Jones is actually green at the moment. Gara Lucid debut sedan awarded 520 miles by EPS rating, eclipsing Tesla best model. Yeah, that is insane. That is really insane. But, you know, the Lucid cars are a lot more expensive. So it better have some more miles, you know what I mean? It's a lot more expensive than the Tesla vehicles. Let me just have a sip of my water. Look at that. Palantir still up. It's kind of struggling to go above 28. C3.ai now up 1.5% as well. Looking at my own portfolio here. Man, I'm holding so many Chinese stocks. My portfolio is not budging yet. We're seeing so many stocks go up. Although, you know, it's a great help that Palantir and AI are both going up. It's just Alibaba's been going down so much. You know, look at this. That's a 13% correction in like the past 2 weeks. And look at that. DIDI has not been doing anything either. UiPath in the green. Uber now going up a percentage point. I think Uber is looking really good at 38.9. I think it's going to go back up to the 40s and above. Yeah, DiDi's not bouncing. Alibaba's getting worse. Look at that. 154.3. We're heading down. 2.2% to the downside. Right when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse. People are fleeing the stock like crazy. Virgin Galactic. Look at that. Virgin Galactic spiking 1.7%. That is gorgeous. I'm going to quickly grab a tissue. Alrighty. Okay, so Virgin Galactic is spiking about 2 percentage points. Alibaba down 2.3% still. Looks like Alibaba's about to go to the 150s. Like, we're talking the lower 150s, 151, 152. DiDi's getting worse now. DiDi's selling off 1.2%. Tencent is selling off 2.8%. And overall, I mean, big tech is also selling off. Look at that. Apple down 0.6%. Microsoft down 0.5%. Facebook down 0.7%. Google 0.6%, looking kind of bearish. Nasdaq is down 0.5%. Russell going negative. S&P going negative. Dow Jones about to go negative as well. So here we go. We going down again. I think the correction is continuing. We're heading down. Like I said, S&P hits resistance and it pulls back. We're not seeing any strength right now. And it looks like this is going to get a lot worse. Although some of these stocks are doing relatively okay. Look like Virgin Galactic is doing alright, 2.5% to the upside. Then you have Alibaba and DIDI and Tencent, and even the value stocks coming down. Chevron down, Procter & Gamble down, Coca-Cola down. Semiconductor stocks are heading down. Big tech is down. Palantir, I'm telling you, Palantir is the kind of stock, everything else goes down, Palantir shoots up. I've been saying this for like at least a couple months, but that's how I know Palantir. I think most people know Palantir that way. AI up 1.3%. What's happening here? Stock market correction is coming back in line. VIX is spiking 3%. I mean, it's not spiking that much, but it's still not good. The 10-year is spiking 3.3%. That is not good either, I would argue. What are some good sales? What I think are good, I personally like UiPath. I like Uber. I like, let's see, I like Helion right now at the cheap price of $8.3. Virgin Galactic. I like both DiDi and Alibaba, but both of these are selling off quite a bit, and they're looking kind of bearish at the moment. I like BNGO Nano Dimension. I like the small cap stocks right now. The high growth stocks that are down like 70 to 60%, like C3.ai, it's also down a lot. I think they're going to have a good time the coming months with CPI actually inflecting downward. So those stocks I'm looking at right now. And while they may not look that good short term, I think over the coming months we're going to see some juicy rallies. Tesla is down 0.9%. Look at that. NIO down 2.8%. Li Auto down 3.6%. XPeng down 2.6%. So the Chinese EV stocks, including EV stocks, are all pulling back. This is as the S&P reverses downwards. Nasdaq is really selling off at this point. Dow Jones negative, Russell negative, the whole stock market negative again. VIX is spiking. The dollar is spiking massively. Look at that. That is a massive spike of 0.5%. Remember what we said. The dollar was going to strengthen, and that's what we're seeing right now. This is a liquidation in some of these stocks that we're seeing. Especially big tech. Especially big tech right here. Everything that's big tech down. What's happening to Twitter? Down 1%. PayPal slightly up. Square down 0.3% at some point. Let's see. Any big tech companies? I want to see what's happening to Splunk. Splunk 0.2% to the downside. Okay. The 10-year is spiking up heavily. Already up 3.6%. You have the dollar up 0.5%. Oh, damn, what the hell happened there? The dollar up 0.5%, which is quite crazy. That is not helping with the stock market price appreciation. I'm telling you, this correction is far from over. I don't think this correction is over yet. I really don't think so. I've been warning about this for a while, and I said this. If it hits this level, and if it doesn't significantly breach that level, we're still heading down. We're about to just correct for the next week or two. And that's what we're seeing. This is weakness. This is a sign of weakness. People are not buying the dip. They don't like the S&P at 4,480, so they're not buying. They're selling. And that's on top of, what's coming up, right? The Federal Reserve is going to be speaking very soon. We got the 10-year spiking a little bit. The dollar is spiking. That's not a good sign. Although what we're seeing here is while big tech is selling off, small tech is heading up. Palantir's heading up. AI is heading up. Look at that. Virgin Galactic up 2.2%. UiPath is going up 0.7%. This could potentially mean that what we're going to see here is a rotation from the classical value stocks, the big tech names, to more of the high-risk names and smaller cap stocks. And that could benefit the Russell. In fact, looking at the Russell right now, it seems like the Russell is going down the least among other indices. Wow, look at that. C3 is actually pulling back up. Palantir hit 28. Did it really hit 28 there? Oh, it briefly hit 28, right? So then it pulled back right after. It hit 28.1 and it pulled back. That's really sad. That is so sad. Very brief hit of 28.1, and then it just went down again. What's happening here? I think we got a donation from Danny. Thank you for that donation. Danny says, what do you think of DISCA? D-I-S-C-A. Is that Discovery for a hold for 6 to 12 months? Let me take a look at that. Isn't DISCA the one, the pump and dump, right? The pump and dump stock. I said it was going to go sideways. It's going down right now. What do you think of DISCA? Look, there are so many stocks in the stock market. There are so many stocks in the stock market. Why would you want to own a stock that recently got pumped and dumped? You don't want that. You want to go to a stock that is not being pumped and dumped like this. This is like... What can I say? This is so risky. This is incredibly risky. You don't know what's going to happen. What if these banks that sold out still have tons of shares left to sell? I mean, you just don't know. And I think the pump and dump stocks, the Archegos stocks, right? Viacom and the other ones. I don't think it's a good idea to be holding these stocks. I think it's a bad idea. Because there's so many other opportunities. Why would you buy a stock that was infamously pump and dumped? It just doesn't make sense. Hey, it might go up. I mean, I wouldn't take that risk. I really wouldn't take that risk. This is just messed up, right? It really messed up the stock. Even the MACD and the RSI I don't know where things are going here. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. I don't like Viacom. I don't like Discovery. I think the reputation of these stocks got absolutely demolished, and there are so many other opportunities in the market. Why the hell would you focus on Discovery and Viacom? It makes no sense. Hey, if they go up, they go up, whatever. But there are other stocks that are going to go up as well that were not pump and dump like this. So they don't have the same horrible reputation. Let's see. C3.ai is starting to slow down. Palantir starting to slow down as well. That is interesting. Archegos owned Alibaba as well. Yeah, but it depends, because they owned a lot of Viacom and Discovery. They didn't own a lot of Alibaba. They couldn't. It's impossible. They didn't have enough capital to own a lot of Alibaba. But they did have enough capital to own, like, a big chunk of Viacom and Discovery. So they really messed those stocks up. Finally, UiPath is now heading up 1.3%. That is gorgeous. Is Neo taking a beating? Oh, wow. Look at that. Neo down 3 percentage points. Lovely. I mean, I'll be buying it around 36. That's where I like to buy Neo. 36, 35. Li Auto down 3.8%. Xpeng down 2.4%. I would say what is happening at this moment is just overall market negativity, because look at this. The S&P is now heading down 0.36%. The Nasdaq is down almost a percentage point, down 0.7%. The Russell down 0.4%. The Dow Jones is now down 0.25%. So yeah, markets are correcting. Gold, look at that. Oh my gosh, gold is down 2.5%. Surprise, surprise, right? I would say a major reason why that is happening is because the dollar is spiking 0.5 percentage point. That is having a big influence here on gold, precious metals, commodities, even Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano, which are all going down now. Yeah, I thought it was going to go down right here after hit resistance. Pulled back up higher, but it's whatever. It's going to go down anyway. Wow, Li Auto is down almost 4%. Everything down. Where's the money going? It's all going into Palantir. It's all going into Palantir. No, I'm kidding. Where's the money going? It's going into the dollar. That's where the money's going. Where else is the money going? Look at the dollar spiking. Bonds are going down. The stocks, indices are going down. And you got gold going down as well. Where is that cash going? It's going into the dollar. You see that? And other currencies, obviously, but it's going into the dollar. You can't see a spike like this without seeing a sell-off somewhere. And the VIX is now going up as well, up 5.4%. Now, a lot of people thought that we were out of the woods and that, stocks were going to recover. Guess what? Psych. It's not going to happen. Stocks are going down. Correction is going to continue. This is going to lead to I would say most probably a 5% to 10% correction in total. I mean, we're down only 2.5%. I mean, we're going to see this go down back to the 200-day moving average at least. So, yeah. Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up indeed. We need more inflation so the dollar becomes unattractive. It's not going to happen. The money printing is over. The stimulus checks are given. The evictions are coming. The dollar is going to strengthen. I've been preparing you for this. I've been saying this for the longest time. The dollar is going to strengthen. Unless, obviously, the infrastructure bill goes through. If the infrastructure bill goes through, that's like 3.4 billion or something, 3.5 billion. Sorry, 3.5 trillion, not even billion. That would definitely have an impact on inflation. And then you have the tapering coming up. They want to they want to raise the federal fund rate in about a year from now. That is not good. Peru just joined. Good morning. Good morning to everybody that just joined. Good morning. Welcome back. Stocks are selling off as expected. The indices are taking off to the downside. And look at that. Oil going down. Crypto's going down. Gold is going down. VIX is spiking. Russell down. Dow Jones is down. We got every index, every indice. Every one of the indices are heading down. C3.ai is up 1.5%. Palantir 2.7% to the upside. We got the EV stocks, all of them down aside from Lucid Group. But, Lucid Group has gone down a lot recently. So that does make sense. Alibaba is now sitting at 154.15, down 2.3%. DIDI is down 1.5%. Virgin Galactic is now up 2%. What's happening to UiPath? UiPath finally heading up a percentage point. Been waiting for this. Starting to bounce slightly. Blake Anderson just donated 2.8 Canadian dollars and says, Gara, can you do LILM, Palantir-backed SPAC? Thoughts? I don't think I can say a whole lot about LILM. Lilium, because there's not a whole lot of data available. It's up 6%. I think it's going to do well. I think whatever Palantir touches turns into gold. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of information. But I like it. I think it's going to do well. We're just going to have to wait. I don't know when the merger is going to be, but it's probably going to be very soon. Oh my god, look at that. Lots of red right now in the stock market. Let me see, when is that merger for Lilium? Lilium merger. Shareholders approve Lilium merger. That's interesting. So when is that going to happen? Honestly, I would have to look into this stock. I will probably look into the stock soon, but it would take me some time. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take a look at this very soon. But I do like this this spec. I like the stock. Gara Ray Dalio says the U.S. government can kill crypto if they really want to. I agree. If crypto becomes threatening, I think the government could kill it. 100%. 100%, yeah. People will be very mad and say, oh, but they can't kill it because they could move it somewhere else. They'll just block the exchanges. They'll block everything. They don't care. If it threatens the dollar, or their own currency, they're going to kill it straight up. Which will mean that the average user cannot access it. Only the people that know their way around it will be able to use it. They could do that. I don't know if they're going to do that. That's something different. Like, they could do it. Are they going to do it? I don't know. If they do it, it's bad for them as well. Because, hey, crypto's going to move to some other country. And, well, they're going to lose out on that growth. Noah Bell coming in here with a $5 donation and says, thoughts on INTC. My thoughts on INTC, I'll tell you right now. Thank you for that donation, by the way, Noah. Appreciate that a lot. INTC. Path. Well, let me just briefly take a look at these stocks. Virgin Galactic almost up 3%. Uber is up 0.5%, but Netlist doing pretty good. Path is doing good as well. Nano Dimension doing great. AI up 2%. Lovely. Lovely move on AI. Let's check INTC. Intel. I was very bearish on Intel in the past. I made like several bearish predictions on this bad boy. Going back to June, right? So I said it was going to go down here. It went down. We had some positive updates. Stock went up again. Then I said it was going to go down again. Went down again. All right. What's happening right now with Intel? Intel is probably having a good time right now. Look at that profit margin. Juicy. 25.78%. That is not bad. Although their profit margin went down significantly in Q1 of 2021. I see. Intel. I like what's happening here on the weekly. The weekly MACD is about to cross. RSI is right about neutral. It's about to rise upwards. And taking a look at the weekly chart, I mean, we're going into holiday season. Usually the volume starts spiking around the holiday season. And Intel is down 1.1% today. In all honesty, I think we're going to be trending upwards. I don't think we're going to head down at this moment. Look at Baba. It's going up. Yes! Let's go. It's only down 1.3%. It was down 2% for some time. So we're seeing some improvements in Baba. And both DIDI and Baba are actually heading up. Actually, it's all the Chinese stocks. Let me take a look at the Chinese EV stocks. Chinese EV stocks, no, they're not doing that well. But other Chinese stocks are doing all right. The big tech stocks, the big Chinese tech stocks. Let me see. Yeah, I'm seeing some improvements there. Lovely. Yeah, Palantir just needs to breathe. It needs to breach that 28 right here. Look at that. C3.ai up 2.4%, sitting at 50.8. Will it finally go above 51? We'll have to see. Back to Intel. I think what we're going to see is we'll probably see it go down slightly further, consolidate, and then head back up to possibly around 57. I do think we're going to be running up. So that would be my opinion on Intel. It's just an opinion, you know, it could be wrong, but I think this is highly likely at this point. It's just going to keep on trending for the coming weeks after it goes down and consolidates around 54, 53. And yeah, it will take some time. But usually it does take some time with these value stocks. Somebody says that they bought Zillow. Did you buy Zillow? Yeah, I was a little bearish on Zillow. Yeah, okay, so it's going down 0.7%. Look at the VIX. VIX is spiking 7%. Guys, I'm telling you, the correction is continuing. The S&P down 0.5%. The Nasdaq down 0.8%. The Dow Jones is down 0.5%. The Russell down 0.5%. What's happening to recovery stocks? Recovery stocks are green. American Airlines up 0.9%. Hilton is 0.2% up. Carnival is doing still all right. Semiconductors not doing so well. I mean, semiconductor stocks have been just green for like the past year. Yeah, Palantir's. Oh, look at that. C3.ai hit 51. Now we need to go above 51, and that's where we're going to see Valhalla. That is going to be great. It's above 51. Up 2.6%. Palantir is about to break 28. Let's go. 51.1 on C3. Palantir hit 28 for a second and went back down. UiPath also up 0.75%. It looks like the small size to medium sized tech companies are doing relatively okay. That is good to see. There we go. Nano Dimension is flying. Is it flying? Yes, it's up 2.1%. That's good to see. I think Nano Dimension is pretty great at this price. I like it. Virgin Galactic up 2.7%. UiPath up 0.6%. Uber 0.7%. DIDI is about to go green, and we have Alibaba right here, only down about a percentage point. So that could also look pretty good in the coming hours. It's kind of funny. It's the stocks that we take a look at that are going up, yet the whole stock market is going down. Do you notice that? The whole stock market is heading down, but our stocks, look at that. Virgin Galactic up, Netlist up, Uber up, Path up. Obviously, Robinhood and Helion not doing so well. DIDI is recovering, Baba's recovering, Nano Dimension up, Palantir up, AI is up. Yeah, well, Tesla, Neo, not doing so well at the moment, but can't complain. I mean, the markets overall are heading down. Palantir is now above 28. Exciting times. This is so wild. 28.06. I mean, I wonder, you know what I'm wondering right now is Wall Street Bets behind this? Like, I haven't checked Wall Street Bets. Let me check that real quick. So, are they actually behind this rally on with Palantir? Because usually when Palantir goes above the significant resistance zones, that's usually when Wall Street Bets is buying it like crazy. No, I don't think they're talking about Palantir at all, actually. No. They're not talking about Palantir. That's kind of funny, isn't it? It's like right when Palantir rallies, Wall Street Bet is not on it. So they're losing out on this rally, I think, in some sense. That's why usually I say like whatever Wall Street Bet does, usually the opposite is like the most wisest. It's like, oh, they're buying these meme stocks. Eventually, doing the opposite of that, which is just refraining from that, is going to be the wisest decision because most people are going to be trapped. And most people are trapped. 28.15 on Palantir. That is crazy. Alibaba is getting closer and closer to going green. It's good. Very good. Palantir is up 4 percentage points, sitting at 28.16. Oh my god. That is just wild. Like, we got a €4 donation from Laura Gayhart. Laura says, Bros and CFMS. We'll take a look at those in a second. Thank you once again, Laura. Appreciate it. Bros and 28.18. Let me just take a look at the 1 minute chart, actually. There we go. 28.2. Yeah, we're heading straight to 30. We're heading straight to 30. Oh my god. It just is not stopping. C3.ai up 2.6% as well. 28.21 was hit recently. All right. UiPath is down 0.5%. Uber, sorry, not down. It's up 0.5%, but it's going down slightly. Virgin Galactic up 2.2%, but also going down slightly. And Netlist is starting to move down. AI is having a tough time to reach 51 and go above that. We already knew that, but we're seeing that again. Man, I'm holding this UiPath and it's just not doing anything for the longest time. Oh, by the way, Arc bought more UiPath. It's absolutely wild. I'm going to show you in a second. They've been buying UiPath like crazy. See if I can get a hold of that. Right, look at this, right? We're going to briefly take a look at this. This was what Arc bought yesterday. UiPath, ticker path, 500,000 shares for ARC. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. ARCX, UiPath, ticker path, 38,000 shares. So they've been buying the dip. They've been doing this for the past couple of days. Every time we see a significant downturn on UiPath, ARC is buying. So very, very interesting. And I am buying as well. I think the company's doing quite well. And I don't think it deserves to go down much further than what we've already seen. But it's going down more now. Palantir starting to move down, hitting 28.25. What is happening here? Big tech is really selling off here. I think if anything, it's big tech that's selling off. Small cap stocks are doing relatively fine, but look at that. Google's down about 1.1%. Facebook down 0.8%. Microsoft down almost a percentage point. Apple down 0.9%. Amazon down 0.7%. Netflix down 0.7%. So what could be happening right now is because we're seeing the 10-year spike, it could mean that some of these names are selling off. What usually happens is when the 10-year spikes, some hedge funds and institutions, they sell their equities and they get back into the bond market. Because you're getting better yield, essentially. That's what's happening. Slightly better yield. Cryptos are still selling off. Look at that. Gold is down 2.2%. U.S. oil down 1.2%. Coinbase is down 2 percentage points. Doge, look at that Doge. Doge is down 3.6%. Wow, Palantir is still sitting at 28. The dream is real. Gara, what are the chances for Palantir to pull back to 25 next week? Quite high. Well, next week, I don't think it's going to go to 25 next week necessarily. Yeah, I think we'll probably see it around 26, 27. Around 26, 27, yeah, probably. Do I think it's gonna... Well, I do think it's gonna... At some point, it's gonna be correcting back to 25. It's just not right now. Is it possible that we bottomed out on DIDI? We will never know with certainty. So I can't say anything about that because DIDI is just so incredibly volatile. I don't think we've bottomed out yet. I think we're heading back down to at least $8. And if that doesn't hold up, we're going to go for the gap fill around 7.7-ish. Virgin Galactic heading down. Yeah, the market is selling off like crazy. Russell down about half a percentage point. We got the Dow Jones down similar amounts. Nasdaq down 0.8%. And the S&P is pulling back about 0.6%. With the VIX shooting. That is insane. The 10-year now starting to fall. Now, you see what's happening? The 10-year was spiking. The 10-year spiked. Then everything sold off. And then the dollar spiked. Now, after the dollar spiked, now the 10-year is coming back down. Now, how is it that the 10-year is moving back down? Well, somebody has to be buying bonds. So you see, equity sold off, went to the dollar. People are starting to buy bonds now because of that spike on the 10-year yield. We will never know how many billions are being put into that bond market, but it's quite evident, I think. You never know for sure, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. That equities are selling off because people want to get back into the bond market, mainly because CPI is heading down, and that is going to have a negative impact for stocks in general. But for some stocks, lower CPI could be beneficial, and that's the small cap stocks. But for the value stocks that have been rallying for the past year, that is not good. You don't want to see lower CPI. What you want to see is higher CPI, because that basically means they're going to get more money for their products, and you're going to see that asset appreciation. Yeah, so C3.ai is about to pass 51 again, and Palantir is about to retest that resistance at 28.2. I wouldn't really call it a resistance necessarily, but it's just a point where it couldn't pass through for the past couple of minutes. It's up 4%. C3 is up 2.6%. And looking at UiPath, it's going down. Netlist is up 3.4%. Robinhood and Helion are both down 2%. Baba is still steadily recovering. Same with DIDI. Interesting. Very, very interesting. By the way, we're going to do a round of questions and answers. So give me some questions, and I'll be answering. Give me some questions, I'll be answering. So let me know in the chat if you've got any question. I'll be answering right now. I think I said that after hitting 100 likes, we would be doing that. So Q&A on live stream. There we go. All right. Yeah, so to the people that just joined, we're going to do a bit of a Q&A. Ask me any questions. I'll be answering down below in the chat. So make sure you do. AI pulling back again at 51. Interesting. Yet the MACD is about to cross. I think it's going to go above 51, whether people like it or not. But yeah, with the market down like this, I mean, it's a bit iffy. Alrighty. UiPath is just so incredibly slow. DIDI recovering. Let me take a look at the 1 minute for DIDI. Yeah, so we're seeing some strength build up. A higher low around 8.18 and now slowly heading up. It's failing to go above 8.28. Alibaba, yeah, lots of... it spiked up quite a significant bit right here. Actually, almost 2 percentage points, so there's some interest in Alibaba. Coming back, at least. While BYD is going down a lot. Massive move to the downside. Down 4.7%. UiPath slightly green. Uber, I'm telling you, Uber's going to rally back to 40 easily. Virgin Galactic's heading down. Both AI and Palantir are not able to pass through the recent resistance. All right, we have a bunch of questions coming in here. Keep them coming, and I'll be answering your questions. Like I said, check Roku. We'll check Roku in a moment. Palantir to 30. I think it will happen by end of next week. Gara, is YouTube your full-time job? I wouldn't necessarily call it a full-time job. Most of my, let's say most of my income comes from me just trading stocks. But this is what I do full-time. Where do you see the bottom for BILI? Let me take a look at BILI. I'll just take a quick look at that. Oh my god, BILI. Down to 5.3%. Yeah, where do I see the bottom? Is that even gonna matter? Maybe if we use the Fibonacci levels, right? Yeah, it seems like we already are kind of about to be bottoming out right here around $70. No, I don't think so. I think we're probably heading back to, you know... somewhere below 70, probably, I would say. Somewhere in this zone. Let's just... around 65, 66-ish, I think could possibly be a bottom. Let's see, what questions do we have here? Thoughts on Penn? I think Penn is super bullish. Star Wars or Star Trek? I want to say Star Trek. I like Star Trek a lot. But with the recent movies that I've seen from both Star Trek and Star Wars, I have to go with Star Wars. I finally cashed in some profits on Palantir. Might move some into EV. What you think? Depends which EV. I like the Chinese EV stocks that are going down and down and down. So that's what I would say about that. Let's go back to C3 Palantir. I want to look at the 1 minute actually for Palantir. I finally cashed in some profits. We already covered that. What did happen? Did I miss something? Why is the DXY increasing? What's happening is that the bond market is selling off. And as the bond market is selling off, that money is going to the dollar. But what's also happening is because the bond market is selling off, investors and hedge funds that want to buy bonds are looking at that yield going up, right? Because when bonds sell off, yield goes up. So they're like, hey, you know what? Yield is going up. Let me just sell some of my equities. So then the dollar goes up even more, and then eventually they get back into the bond market, which causes the yield to go down again. But equities are going down because that money left the equity market. That's essentially what just happened, I think. But that's just my opinion on that. Thoughts on Tesla closing price for today? We have quad witching tomorrow. I think what's going to happen is we're probably going to see negative momentum on Tesla. I don't think that these market makers are going to allow anyone making money on the options. Hey, Gara, what's happened with support? It's a pump and dump. That's what I would say about support. Have you ever tried DMT? No, nor do I ever want to try that. What had happened? Did I miss something? We already covered that. Did you see Evergrande falling under 300 billion debt? Second biggest Chinese real estate developer. It looks like 2008 Lehman Brothers. Yeah, it's a very big problem. I don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but they're going to have to solve that. Is it going to be like another Lehman Brothers? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's way different. I don't think the rippling effect of the of Evergrande is going to be the same as what we saw with Lehman Brothers. In general, do you take profit at a specific percentage or on the long-term holds? Honestly, on long-term holds, I try to not take profits. But usually what happens is that I have a lot of money in my short-term positions. So how I think about it is this in this way. If my short-term positions haven't been doing that well recently, but my long-term positions are doing pretty good, I'll sell some of the long-term positions, so tiny amounts, a couple percentage points, and then possibly put it into the short-term positions, because when my short-term positions are not doing well, that's when the short-term prices of stocks are actually attractive. So it's kind of like that. It's like managing your risk in some sense as well. It depends on the ratio between what I'm holding long-term and short-term. If I have a lot of short-term assets, then I don't want to put more into my short-term positions. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't have a specific percentage, honestly. I really don't. It depends on technicals and fundamentals and the macroeconomic conditions and everything. It's very much variable. It's something you learn over time, I would argue. I think it's so stupid that some people come out with their own trading, trading system or something. Oh, you have to take 10% profits every time when it hit this price. No, you don't have to do that. There's nothing that actually facilitates that argument that, oh, you have to take a specific percentage. I disagree. But yeah, it's variable. Ever since that deck cross and BNJ have been like, yeah, it's been pretty tough. Check BYND. Beyond. Beyond Meat? Yeah, Beyond Meat has been doing nothing. That's Beyond for you. Yeah, I thought it was going to go up. Didn't go up. Didn't do anything. This stock, honestly, hasn't gone anywhere at all. Just the past 2 years. It hasn't gone anywhere. Really, like, in the beginning, you would have gotten like 110%. But that's it. That's all, folks. Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, it looks like we're going to see further downside. For Beyond Meats. So, yeah, it's down 5% right now. I think this would be attractive at a let's say price of around, let's say this bad boy kind of goes down to around $80. Around $80 I would start buying this stock. I am not looking at this stock until we see that level. And if we don't see that level, then whatever, but right, so let's get back to the indices. Indices are selling off big time. Holy moly. AI it just wants to go above 51, but it's just not happening. Palantir, let's take a look at the 1 minute here. Yeah, looking at the 1 minute for Palantir, it's failing to go above 28. Looks like that was it for today, at least for Palantir. UiPath up 0.5%. Netlist is selling off like crazy. Holy moly. Netlist is selling off like absolute crazy. It's down 10%. What the hell's happening with Netlist? It was up like 10% in the pre-market and sold off everything right when the market opened up. DIDI is about to go green. Alibaba is about to go green. That is lovely. Lovely, lovely upside. Back to Palantir. Let's see. Can you look at AR ever since that death cross? Okay, we already answered that. Dutch Brothers, bros. We'll take a look at that in a second. Which stocks do you think would rally for the infrastructure bill? I think the value stocks they've already priced in everything. Value stocks have priced in everything. I think we're going to see a sell-off prior to the infrastructure bill. Maybe a bit of a spike right after, but I don't think we're going to see much upside because everybody already knew that there was going to be an infrastructure bill and that it gets priced in beforehand, like way before they pass it through. What dividend stocks do you like? You know, the classics, like Coca-Cola, Verizon, etc. Even Chevron. What is the strangest pet that you have ever owned? I think at some point I had a pet duckling. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Let's see. All right, that was it for the question and answers. I think we answered a lot of questions. I hope you enjoyed that. I also want to give an opportunity for the YouTube members to ask any questions now. We're going to be turning on the YouTube membership only mode for the coming minutes. So if you are a YouTube member, ask away. I'll be covering your stocks. And yeah, feel free to ask. I'm looking at the Chinese stocks right here. DIDI is spiking, about to go green. Alibaba's getting pretty juicy here as well. Hold up. Things are just getting worse and worse. Gara, what about Uber? I think Uber is going to get back to like 42 in a couple, like very soon. Hey Gara, BlackBerry, please. Isn't BlackBerry one of those meme stocks? I think it is. Honestly, I don't know what to say about this. I've been warning about this, right? It's like, guys, just don't. This stock is pumped up, it dumped down, pumped up, dumped down, pumped up, dumped. Like it's not doing anything more than that. The only reason people are buying this is because of it's like a casino. Just because you're throwing money at a company doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do well. It's not how it works. No, I think it's going to go sideways, honestly. Just go sideways. Let's see. Can you review lemonade? Lemonda. Albi Paja says, you've missed my donation. Did I? Let me briefly check. I don't think I missed anything. Which stocks would rally for the infrastructure bill day, 27th September? I think growth stocks are going to rally. That's what I think. I think growth stocks are going to rally. And I think the value stocks are going to sell off. Ironically speaking. That's like, I think that's kind of hilarious. It's like, oh, everybody expects value stocks to go up and then value stocks go down because it's already been priced in for like the past months. What is not priced in is that growth stocks are actually looking really attractive after the massive sell-offs that we've seen over the past year, with the 10-year slowing down, CPI slowing down. I think growth stocks are going to do well. They're doing well right now relative to everything else. Oh my gosh, Palantir. Wow, that is wild. Look at that. That is incredible. It's, yep, there we go, 28.3. We're going straight to the moon. We go to the moon because it's hard. Alright. That's wild. Let's see. I was asking if you see Nano Dimension to $9 until November. Oh. Like somewhere between $8 and $9. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Palantir breached the recent high. It's awesome. Is DLTR a good buy right now? I think you meant Palantir. Is it a good buy? I don't think so. Not right now. Not while it's going up like so much. I mean, because think about it. You missed out on all of this. In fact, you missed out on most of the gains. So is it a good buy? I don't think so. It's now sitting at 28.2. You're kind of buying at the top in some sense too. It's not a good buy, but it's a buying opportunity kind of ish. You know, if it goes to 30, it's up like 8% or something. Oh, damn. One second. All right. I think we answered all the questions. Let's go back to the normal mode. The everybody mode. Damn, flies. Tesla is down 0.8%. Neo down 2.5%. Leo Auto's down a lot. Lucid Group is up 4.7%. Virgin Galactic is recovering. Uber is now up 1.4%. UiPath is going down again. It's crazy. AI is sitting at 50.9. Oh my god, Palantir is shooting up. It is shooting up yet still. 28.33 on Palantir stock. And it's going even higher. Nothing can stop Palantir right now. With the like Palantir thrives when everything is getting beaten down. It's ironic because that's how the company functions as well. When the whole economy is doing bad, that's when Palantir kind of thrives. Palantir's mooning. Wouldn't be surprised if the Wall Street Bets crew is going to come along and like pump this stock upwards. Palantir 28.4. People are buying this like crazy. And C3.ai sitting at 51. Oh yeah, we have to cover Bros. Bros. I have no idea how you pronounce this. It's a Dutch company. What's the market cap? I can see the market cap right here. I don't know what the market cap is. Would love to know. Oh well, whatever. We'll cover it anyway. They've got 500 million in revenue, right? Something like that. Why is there so little data? Did they recently IPO or something? I can't say anything about this, honestly. Like, it's just one green candle. Like, there's not a whole lot I could say right now. I don't see the market cap either. No market cap, no information. I just know that it's a coffee shop and kind of retailer or something. I mean, I like the name. I like the fact that it's Dutch, but other than that, I can't say a whole lot about it. Maybe I've got the wrong ticker. No, it's not the wrong ticker. I don't know why there's so little information about this. Did it just IPO? It must be that, because usually when a stock IPOs, you don't see the market cap initially. That updates over time. AI sitting above 51.07. Ooh, Palantir sitting at 28.42. Lovely day. Lovely day indeed. Ah, this is great. This is fantastic. It just keeps moving. And C3.ai, 51.14. Also now above resistance. Incredible. What an incredible day. I'm super happy. I hope you guys are happy as well with the Palantir gains. We've been waiting for this for such a long time. And we're finally there. We're finally there. Let's go. Thanks for the laugh on bros. I mean, I was like, maybe the chart was like messed up, but it probably IPO'd. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Palantir's up 5%. Lovely. DIDI and Alibaba are recovering. Virgin Galactic is spiking. Path is going green again. Netlist is going up, although still slightly down. Dang it. Flies. Loving this rally. Meanwhile, the whole stock market is still coming down while our stocks are going up. Isn't that crazy? That is pretty crazy. The 10-year is up 2.3%, but it's slightly down. Cryptos are about to head up. VIX is still spiking. Wow. This is so great. This is such a good day. Gara, you're just a mastermind when it comes to the market. No, I just got some experience. It's just more like when you have more experience than most people, that helps a lot. I think anybody can gain that experience. It takes a long time though, but yeah. But yeah, everybody looks like a genius when stocks are going up. I mean, there were several times where, like, remember C3.ai? Just went down and down and down. You look like an absolute moron. And to be fair, we're not even close to where we were. I do think we're gonna get back to these levels right here. It's just this was really painful. This downturn. Oh my god, I have not felt so much pain in that short period of time in my life. But no pain, no gain, right? Holy moly. I managed to get out of it unscathed. But yeah, I've been holding the bag since. I don't mind though. I would not mind holding the bag on a company that is doing good. But if I knew that this company was not able to grow and they did some bad things, then I would have gotten out already. But we'll be fine. Sometimes you got to become a bag holder. This is why diversifying is so important, because if you're not diversified, let's say you got all your money into a C3.ai and it goes down, well, guess what? You either take a loss or you hold the bag for 6 months with all your capital. And so that's why you want to have some money on the sidelines, and you know, you want to be diversified in several stocks and several growth names, not in just one. That mistake is made by so many people. They think that they know it all, and they buy one single stock. And they hope that that one single stock is just going to keep going up. Little do they realize sometimes stocks just go down because they go down. And then they get trapped into a stock for like 6 months. It's been more than 6 months, yeah. It's been longer than that. It's been quite a bit longer. I think good times are coming. Good times are coming indeed. I feel bad for people that are holding value stocks right now. Value stocks are not going to do good. That is interesting. Alright, anyways, I think I'm going to be wrapping up this current live stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. You guys are the best. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. We've got a lot of people that got that notification bell clicked, and I think we can get much higher. I also wanted to say that you can follow me on social media. We've got Instagram. We've got Twitter. I'll be linking you down below for the Instagram. That's the Instagram in the live chat right there. And I post on Twitter as well, so follow me on Twitter here. There we go. Don't be with us. I can't because I have to eat dinner. Else I'm going to starve. Anyway, cheers everybody. Thank you for watching once again. Follow the Instagram, the Twitter, and oh yeah, we have got a Discord community as well, so check out the Discord community. That's where I am usually when I'm off live stream, actually. So I'll be linking that here down below in the chat. And yeah, I'll be seeing you in about 3 hours. That's when we're going to be live streaming again for the second live stream. Make sure you tune in. I'll be seeing you then. Have a good day. Good luck with trading. Today's a good day. And I think there are some good times coming up for the stocks that we cover, especially the growth stocks, you know, the EV stocks, etc. But yeah, the correction is going to continue for now, and we've been warning about this, and I think the people that got capital on them are going to have a good time. The people that are all in are going to have a bad time. So yeah. All right, see you soon. Have a good one. Lucid Trading out.